Hey football fans, today we're diving deep into greatness, the greatest player to ever suit up for every single NFL team. From legendary quarterbacks to game-changing defenders, each franchise has that one icon who left a legacy that time just can't erase. So sit back, strap in, and let's count down the GOATs, one team at a time. Time for a kickoff. When you think of the Arizona Cardinals, one name rises above the rest: Larry Fitzgerald. This guy wasn't just a wide receiver, he was a human highlight reel with glue on his hands. Over 17 seasons, Fitz stacked up over 17,000 receiving yards and 121 touchdowns, making him second only to Jerry Rice in most major receiving stats. More than the numbers though, it was the way he carried the team. Calm, loyal, and never once requested a trade, even through losing seasons. He gave everything to Arizona, and that's why he's the GOAT. Now, some folks might throw out names like Deion Sanders or Julio Jones, but Matt Ryan takes the GOAT crown for Atlanta. Matty Ice was the Falcons' franchise quarterback for 14 seasons. He racked up over 59,000 passing yards, won the 2016 NFL MVP, and led the Falcons to their second ever Super Bowl appearance. Sure, 28-3 haunts Falcon fans, but that collapse wasn't all on him. He gave the franchise its most stable and successful era. No player has defined Atlanta football quite like Matt Ryan. For the Ravens, it's hard to imagine anybody else but Ray Lewis. A two-time Super Bowl champion and 13-time Pro Bowler, Lewis was the heart and soul of Baltimore's defense for over a decade. His intensity and leadership were unmatched, making him the epitome of what it means to be a Raven. Even in his final season, Lewis led his team to a Super Bowl victory, solidifying his status as the franchise's GOAT. When you think of the Buffalo Bills, Bruce Smith is the first name that comes to mind. As the NFL's all-time leader in sacks with 200, Smith redefined the defensive end position. His dominance on the field was a key factor in the Bills' 4 consecutive Super Bowl appearances in the early 90s. Smith's legacy is cemented not just in statistics, but in his impact on the game itself. For the Panthers, nobody comes close to Cam Newton as the franchise's GOAT. Drafted first overall in 2011, he instantly transformed the team with his rare combination of size, athleticism, and electric playmaking ability. Newton didn't just play quarterback, he redefined it. His 2015 season was the stuff of legend: 35 passing touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns, a 15-1 record, and an MVP award to top it all off. He danced, dabbed, and dominated his way to Super Bowl 50, bringing a swagger to Charlotte the league had never seen before. But Cam wasn't just a player, he was a cultural icon. His celebrations, his fashion, and community involvement made him a beloved figure in North Carolina and beyond. While injuries eventually slowed him down, his impact on the franchise is undeniable. He still holds most of Carolina's passing records, and for many fans, he is the Panthers. The Chicago Bears' legacy is intertwined with Walter Payton. Known as Sweetness, Payton was a 9-time Pro Bowler and the NFL's all-time leading rusher at the time of his retirement. His work ethic, humility, and community involvement made him a beloved figure in Chicago and beyond. Payton's impact on the game in the city is immeasurable, earning him the title of the Bears' GOAT. For the Cincinnati Bengals, Anthony Munoz stands as the franchise's greatest. An 11-time Pro Bowler and Hall of Famer, Munoz was a dominant force on the offensive line. His ability to protect the quarterback in open lanes in the running game was unparalleled, making him one of the best to ever play his position. His legacy continues to inspire linemen today. The Cleveland Browns' history is defined by Jim Brown. A 3-time NFL MVP and 8-time Pro Bowler, Brown led the league in rushing yards 8 times in his 9-season career. His combination of speed, power, and vision made him a nightmare for defenders. His impact on the game and society extends far beyond football, solidifying his place as the Browns' GOAT. He retired at the peak of his career, still holding multiple records, a move that only added to his mythos. Off the field, he was a pioneer for athlete activism, using his platform to speak out on civil rights and inspire future generations. For the Dallas Cowboys, Emmitt Smith is hands down the GOAT. The NFL's all-time leading rusher with 18,355 yards, Smith was the cornerstone of the Cowboys offense during the 1990s dynasty. His vision, patience, and ability to perform in clutch moments made him a Hall of Famer. His legacy is deeply woven into the fabric of Cowboys history. He won 3 Super Bowls, earned a Super Bowl MVP, and played through injuries that would sideline most, redefining toughness and consistency. Beyond the stats, Emmitt represented the heart and soul of America's team during its most iconic era. The Denver Broncos' identity is closely tied to John Elway. A 2-time Super Bowl champion and 9-time Pro Bowler, Elway's arm strength and late-game heroics are legendary. His drive to win and leadership on the field made him a franchise icon. Elway's contributions to the Broncos' success are undeniable, earning him the title of their GOAT. For the Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders is the epitome of greatness. A 10-time Pro Bowler and Hall of Famer, Sanders' elusive running style and ability to make defenders miss were unmatched. Despite playing for a team that often struggled, Sanders consistently delivered highlight reel performances. His legacy as a Lions GOAT is firmly established. The Green Bay Packers' modern era is defined by Aaron Rodgers. A 4-time NFL MVP and Super Bowl XLV champion, Rodgers' precision and football IQ set him apart. His ability to make throws that others can't even imagine has solidified his place in Packers history. His impact on the franchise is profound, making him their #1 GOAT. For the Houston Texans, J.J. Watt is the franchise's greatest. A 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Watt's dominance on the defensive line was a cornerstone of the Texans' success. His work ethic and community involvement further endeared him to fans. His legacy is cemented as the Texans' GOAT. When it comes to the Colts, nobody embodies greatness quite like Peyton Manning. Drafted first overall in 1998, he transformed the Colts into a perennial contender. With 5 MVPs in his career, 4 with Indy, and a Super Bowl XLI win, Manning redefined quarterbacking with his pre-snap reads and precision. His 54,828 passing yards and 399 touchdowns in a Colts uniform cement his legacy. He wasn't just the face of the team, he was the franchise. Fred Taylor might not always get the national spotlight, but in Jacksonville, he's royalty. With over 11,000 rushing yards, Taylor was the engine behind the Jaguars' early success. His mix of speed, vision, and underrated toughness made him a nightmare for defenses. Despite injury setbacks, his consistency and loyalty to Jacksonville make him the Jaguars' GOAT. He helped lead the team to multiple playoff runs, including an AFC Championship appearance in just their second season. To this day, fans still chant Freddie when highlights roll, a true icon of the franchise. Some may say it's too early, but Patrick Mahomes is already the GOAT of the Chiefs. A 2-time MVP, multiple-time Super Bowl champion, and the architect of one of the most explosive offenses ever, he's rewriting the quarterback position. He brought Kansas City back to glory, and he's not done yet. When your name sits next to Brady's and records this early, you're the real deal. Before the lights of Las Vegas, the Raiders' legacy ran through Oakland and LA, and Tim Brown was the constant. With over 14,000 receiving yards and 9 Pro Bowls, Brown was the heartbeat of the franchise for nearly 2 decades. He played with flash, grit, and consistency, all wrapped up in that silver and black swagger. The Raiders' all-time GOAT is Tim Brown. Few players were as electrifying as LaDainian Tomlinson. In his prime with the Chargers, he was simply unstoppable. A 5-time Pro Bowler, 2006 NFL MVP, and the holder of the single-season touchdown record. Whether running, catching, or throwing, he did it all. He's the face of the franchise's golden era. The Rams have a deep history, but nobody has dominated quite like Aaron Donald. With 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards and a Super Bowl ring, Donald has terrorized offensive lines since day one. His quickness, strength, and relentless motor make him arguably the best defensive player of his generation and the Rams' undisputed GOAT. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl, but he changed the game forever. Known for his lightning-quick release and cannon arm, Marino shattered passing records in an era when 5,000-yard seasons were unheard of. He was the Dolphins' identity throughout the 80s and 90s and remains one of the most respected quarterbacks in NFL history. His 1984 MVP season still ranks amongst the greatest by any QB, setting a standard that inspired generations. Even without a ring, Marino's influence helped redefine what a franchise quarterback could look like. When Randy Moss arrived in Minnesota, he broke the NFL. As a rookie, he posted 17 touchdowns and never looked back. His speed, leaping ability, and swagger created mismatches every single game. Though others like Adrian Peterson are in the conversation, Moss's game-breaking presence makes him the Vikings' most iconic talent. And there you have it, 21 teams down, and every one of them has had a player who defined greatness in their own way. If your team wasn't mentioned yet, don't worry, part 2's coming soon. Make sure you let us know in the comments who your team's GOAT is, or if we missed the mark. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon so you don't miss the rest of the series. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.